two heavyweight hoodies, both hyped, both stylish, both epic. So which one is the right one for you? Hey everybody, I'm Massimo and welcome back to the only channel on YouTube that covers in-depth videos of cars and streetwear. And today we're pinning the Essentials Fear of God hoodie to the Nike Tech Fleece hoodie. I'm going to be breaking it down for you in fit, comfort, style, value, so you don't waste any more of your time and money. So without further ado, be sure to like and share for that YouTube algorithm, as well as subscribe. Any support would just be awesome. Now let's get right into this. Alright, so this is my first time doing a comparison video, so bear with me, but let's talk a little bit of history, alright? So, the Fear of God Essentials hoodie, we all know, is now the more affordable line for kind of like designer style clothing. You know, kind of like that luxurious, clean, minimalistic design. And this one gets compared a lot, for some reason, to the Nike Tech Fleece hoodie, which is probably because it's the more functional, the more sleek, all that kind of stuff for your sneakerheads and athletes. Both kind of have different vibes, so a lot of people are kind of indecisive of which one they should get, so let me break it down. I gotta open up this parachute of a freaking hoodie that is the Fear of God Essentials hoodie. Alright, so let's talk design with the Fear of God Essentials hoodie. So usually these come in like tonal branding with like rubberized logos, fabric too sometimes. This one is the 1977 hoodie, so we have a big old fabric 1977 on the front. Some of them will have Fear of God Essentials in fabric, and we have rubberized logos everywhere. Drop shoulder design and all that fun stuff. It's just a hoodie that screams minimalistic luxury. While on the flip side, we have the Nike Tech Fleece hoodie, which is not rubberized but features more plastic paneling. This one is definitely less minimalistic, as we have zippers everywhere for the pockets and also for the front. And this one is not baggy or anything or loosey-goosey. This is definitely more slim fit for the athletic design. Side by side, the Essentials Fear of God screams more Instagram model in LA, while the Tech Fleece definitely is more of like the athletic sneakerhead that still wants that streetwear vibe. Alrighty, so now let's talk about fit and feel. I'm gonna go ahead and put both of these on. Alrighty, first off, we have the Essentials Fear of God hoodie. And as you can tell, this thing is so oversized, I need to make some space for it. Really oversized, you know, great for like just a casual, everyday look. Super comfortable, has a lot more cozy aesthetic, and a little bit of like the modern trendy design of everything just being freaking large. It's like the 80s are coming back or something. But yeah, usually very hard to fit, because you know, you could buy a medium like this one and it's still freaking massive. Not an issue though if we go and try on the Nike Tech Fleece. Already zipping up the Nike Tech Fleece hoodie. Look at the damn tags on this thing, and here we are. See, a lot more slim feeling. However, it doesn't give us much coziness as the Essentials Fear of God hoodie, and it's definitely a lot less comfortable. Like, this feels very, very stiff, and it just hugs the body. And I definitely feel a lot colder in this thing than I did in the Essentials Fear of God hoodie. So both are solid, you know. The Essentials Fear of God definitely feels a lot heavier and warmer, while the Tech Fleece is lighter, more breathable, because it's more athletic, obviously. You know, I can still work out in the Essentials Fear of God hoodie, it's just not as fun, but sometimes I do it. Whereas if I switch to something like a Nike Tech Fleece, yeah, it's going to keep me still warm, but not as warm as the other one, but definitely a lot better for jogging, of course, or doing your everyday workout, while still pretty stylish. Alrighty, now I have them both back off. Let's talk about materials and quality. So the Essentials Fear of God hoodie is really heavyweight cotton polyester. I always preach that this hoodie has great quality, great stitching, super soft inside, really high quality stuff in the Essentials Fear of God. The only complaint really is just sometimes the fabric. I've seen people try to wash the fabric and the fabric just completely comes off. Well, the Nike has interesting quality. So it's like engineered fleece, double-sided, smoother, feels more flexible and everything. Definitely more techy, obviously, that's why it's called the Tech Fleece. And I have to say, I think the Essentials Fear of God definitely beats it in quality, which is crazy because it's a lot cheaper too. It just feels more premium and solid in hand. Like this one, I feel like after a couple runs and a couple workout sessions, I'll start to see that the stitching just fall apart. While this, as long as you wash it right, can take a lot of beating. Now let's talk about pricing for the hoodie, and this is probably what's going to show off which one is probably better. So the Essentials retails around 90 to upwards of 120, usually cheaper than the Nike Tech Fleece. The Nike Tech Fleece, I got this one I think for like 130. While this hoodie, I think it got around like, I'd say around retail, so around $90. It really depends on their colorway, you know, like the black for black, definitely the Essentials is cheaper. But the Essentials can be more expensive if you're trying to get the more exclusive colorways because the resale on those are a little high. So if we're going resale, the Essentials will be higher, but retail for retail, if you can get both for retail, the Essentials will be cheaper. Now let's talk about kind of like the versatility of these hoodies. So the Essentials Fear of God is oversized. It's definitely a statement piece for sure. And it'll work well for most things, but I would definitely say go for like cargos, baggy jeans, slicker pair of jeans, Yeezys. The Tech Fleece, however, I think will go with more things, like it's cleaner, sportier edge, you know, it looks good with joggers, of course, and you can kind of layer this more. So I definitely would think that the Nike Tech Fleece is a little bit more versatile. However, I just like the vibe though of the Essentials Fear of God a little better, you know? Like I think if you wear Essentials Fear of God, you're definitely a more approachable person. You just vibing, you're just chilling, having an oversized hoodie. While the Nike Tech Fleece, I feel like you're more of a serious person. You know, you're athletic, you mean business, you know, you're trying to get something done. So I guess it leads me to my final verdict, and I kind of already revealed it. I do prefer the Essentials Fear of God hoodie a little bit more than the Nike Tech Fleece. But that's not everybody's opinion, so just my final take. Go for the Essentials Fear of God if you want something luxurious look, comfy, you know, and don't mind sizing down if you want a slim fit. Well, let's go with the Nike Tech Fleece if you want something everyday, sleek, it's gonna get the job done, that kind of style. So make that choice as you will. Well, I think that's all there is to say about the Nike Tech Fleece versus the Essentials Fear of God hoodie. What you guys think about it? Comment down below your opinion, like and share for that YouTube algorithm. Let me know if you guys want to see more of these videos. And last but certainly not least, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video.